Hi everybody, welcome back. Today I am going to make a gradient. I'm just going to make a sky that includes a gradient. So if you have watercolor, I hope that you use the watercolor. If you want to wait until your watercolors are delivered, I know some of you are still waiting for that, you can do that. Or if you have color pencils or oil pastels and you want to use that, you're welcome to do that too. But I want you to think about a place that you would like to be right now. I know a lot of us are all trapped in our houses, and I would like to be on a beach. Yeah, I'd like to be on a beach, not on a beach right now because it's only like 50 degrees, but I'd like to be on a beach where it's like 80 degrees. So I also think sunsets are sort of pretty, so I'm gonna make the sky on my paper that is like really kind of watery. I'm gonna make it wet and wet. So if you're doing watercolor, I would like you to practice and play with the wet and wet technique, okay? So here is my paper, here are my watercolors. I have paper towel to soak up the water that I don't want. I have a couple of things of water, containers of water. One of them is clear water. And I'm gonna take the clear water and my large wash brush and I'm gonna, ew, well, I thought it was clean. As you can see, it's not, I don't know if my brush was dirty or the water. The water actually does not look that bad, but I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put clean, clear water on the whole area here. You might want to tape your paper onto something. Some people tape it onto like a piece of cardboard or a piece of, what do you call it, presentation board or foam core, something like that, piece of wood. Mine is glued to this booklet, so maybe you have that kind. You wouldn't release the paper until after you're done. So anyway, I'm not gonna go the whole way down, but I did go, as you can see, about 3/4 of the way down because I want my beach to be mostly sky. Okay, so the whole thing looks like it's pretty well soaked. All right, and then I'm just gonna have fun, start adding different colors. So let's see, down here is going to be my horizon line. I think I want it to be sort of like maybe add some oranges and some yellows. So you can see that since it's wet and wet, it's just like really spreading out. I love that because it gives the effect sort of this, this sky, you know. I'm going to add some yellow in here to kind of make that, just to add, you know, it's nice to have a lot of different colors. Also, just the spreading of the color is also adding to the visual interest. I want to leave some of this area in here a little bit lighter, and I can even, if I want, I can even like sort of blot out some areas that I want to be a little bit lighter. Like if I wanted to make it seem like maybe there was something like a cloud-ish there, you know, I can just sort of go back there and blot a little bit of that out if I want to add to it. And then I'm gonna go up here, I'm gonna add some like bluish color up in here. I'm gonna add some of this color, the shade of blue, into here. I just like love the way it all spreads out. Let's see, I'm gonna add some of this bluish, some of this blue. You know, and the thing, I was gonna say this earlier, but these watercolors, the liquid watercolors, are really nice, and I think some people prefer them. And then these are cheaper, but honestly, I kind of like the pan better. And everybody's different, you know. Everybody has different preferences of what they like and what they don't like. Someday, I hope, if you have both of them, I'm curious to know which one you prefer to use. And if you have, if you don't have both of them, that's totally fine. Maybe one day you'll get to try the other. Okay. As you can see, I'm making it like a kind of a crazy sky. You can make yours however you want. I love color and I love mixing the color, so I am just gonna go for it. I'm adding, you know, a little bit of A little bit of craziness in here. And I don't know how, like this is sort of an orangish color, so I don't know if it's gonna really mix that well with the blue, but it's okay. It's okay, because you know what? It's a sky and nobody can look at it and be like, that's not what it's supposed to look like, because how do they know? They weren't there on the day that I took my trip, right? So I'm going back and adding some areas of more saturated color just because I want there to be different values in my sky. It's starting to pool here, so I am gonna just sort of see what happens if I swirl it around here. Yeah, so like I was saying, I don't want it to just be one straight flat value, you know? So that's why I really like what happened there. That, with watercolor, with almost more than any other medium, like, you get happy accidents all the time. I totally love that thing that just happened. So that was a really good happy accident. Let's see. I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna take out a little bit of this color. See what happens. Yeah, so anyway, like I said, you want some areas that are darker and some areas that are lighter, and then just to mix it up, right? Well, not just to mix it up, because it will make your painting more exciting, more alive. It'll make it look maybe not necessarily more realistic, but it will provide visual interest. So, and you know, everybody wants to see an interesting painting. They don't want to just look at like a sky that's like blue and flat blue, you know? I don't love, like I tried to pull the color off here and I don't like the little dots that it left. So I think I'm gonna take some clear water and see what happens if I go over it. This is one of those mediums that a lot of times less is more. Sometimes people have a sponge that you can lift color off, a sponge or a paper towel. This is actually neither. This is a, what do you call this thing? It's a magic eraser. That's what it is. And actually, it's a decent tool for watercolor. So if you have one of these, go for it. Use it. Okay. All right. I don't love that. All right. So let's see. I don't know. I'm kind of happy with my sky. I might go back when it dries and add some more things. I don't know. Almost looks like there's a tornado going on there. I don't know if I really meant for it to look like a tornado, but I did want it to look like a happy sky. Actually, I feel like I want to add some more. No, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to come back to it later, and maybe I'll add some darker, some shadows to make it look like there's some clouds. I might, actually, I think I'm going to lift out just a little bit of this. I would like it to look like there was some real light coming through. I could take some clear water and do some lifting. Get it wet here with the clear water, and then go back with the paper towel and try to lift some of this out. And then maybe take some yellow. I don't know really what I'm doing. I'm just sort of like winging it here, you know? I do want to make some of these areas darker, like especially make it look like the cloud is sort of like, you know, sometimes the cloud might have some darkness in it. So I'm trying to like do here. Okay. All right, I think I am gonna leave it for now and then come back to it in a little bit. So, all right, so happy sky making, and I can't wait to see it. Okay. Ciao.